Hi, and welcome to Under Our Skin podcast.
I was lucky in the order. But I've always been lucky when it comes to killing folks.
And so, who was next? It was Clyde, right? He must have killed Clyde. Well, it could have been Deputy Andy, wasn't he?
All I can tell you is who's gonna be last.
Hey, and welcome to Under Our Skin podcast. We're here today with Javier Antunez from Tattooed Theory in Miami. How you doing today, Javier?
I'm doing pretty good.
Cool. Excellent. So Javier's working today. I was able to catch up with him at the Wildwood, whatever they call it, the Wildwood Tattoo Beach Bash or something like that. So I was able to catch up with him. Not lucky enough to get work from him, but lucky enough to score an interview. So that's...
It works out. We get something out of it.
The next best thing, yeah. I don't go home empty-handed, at least.
Right.
All right, so let's start at the beginning, as I tend to do. So where did you grow up? Are you from Miami originally?
Yeah. I was born and raised in a town called Hialeah. I always say Miami because whenever I say Hialeah, people look at me like I'm crazy, like not understanding where the fuck that is. So technically speaking, I grew up in Hialeah and then pretty much stayed there for almost my entire life, except for a very tiny, brief period for 6 months. I lived in Colorado, and I came right the fuck back.
Not a fan of the...
Dude, not a fan of the cold. Fuck the cold. Like, that shit sucked. That was between June and January. I got a taste of summer, and that was really, really nice. It was amazing. But then the moment the snow started, and the fact that you were stuck in your house, and I was broke, so it's like that shit was just not fun. There was no snowboarding, no skiing, no enjoying jack other than literally my boxers inside my house. You know what I mean? It was awful. I hated it. January hit, and I was like, I need to fucking come home.
Wow.
And came right back.
I've heard in Colorado they have really big temperature swings. Like you can have between
it's intense.
The day and the night. You can have like 50, 60 degrees different.
Right. Well, what happens is that because you're 2,000 feet higher, because you're kind of in the mountains and the whole thing. During the day, if there's no wind, there's not a cloud in sight, dude, you could be outside in a tank top, pair of shorts if it's like 10 degrees outside. Like it's hot. Yeah, like it feels hot even though the air is cold. But then the moment nighttime comes, dude, it's like death. It's pure death. It is freezing.
Crazy.
No. I would get sick constantly. It sucked. Yeah.
That's no good. So how old were you when you went out there?
Oh, dude, when I went out there, I think I was like 20, 21. I went out there for a dumbass reason. Fucking ex-girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
That whole spiel. Yeah, fucking. We get out there, dude. A month of us being there, we break up.
Oh, God.
And I was like, well, this sucks. Now I'm stuck with this fucking lease.
Crazy.
No, it was a bummer.
Kind of the same old story, but when you're the one that's happening to it sucks pretty bad.
It sucks. No, but I did look out, though, because I ended up finding a roommate that really liked getting tattoos. And so we traded. He would pay the rent, and I would tattoo him every other week.
Wow.
Dude, it was awesome.
So at 20, you were already tattooing? Pretty regular? Wow.
Yeah, it was like right out of high school. Yeah, right after high school, maybe like the end of 18, somewhere around there.
Started early.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? So let's roll it back to that. So before that, in high school, what was the life of Javier Antunez in high school?
Dude, I was a dork. I was a nerd. Like playing Magic the Gathering in the back, fucking like super antisocial, didn't want to talk to nobody. Like my favorite now is whenever I get people that hit me up saying like, dude, we were friends at high school. Come on, hook it up. I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't talk to nobody in high school. Who the fuck are you kidding?
Yeah.
You know, this is ridiculous. So I was a loner the whole entire time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you an art? Were you interested in art?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was my thing. That was like my bread and butter, so to speak. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do anything else other than art. I knew it was art. I just didn't know what. Because I wasn't introduced into tattooing until I saw a tattoo happen. And I was like, holy shit, this can actually happen.
So what kind of art were you into before tattooing in high school? Like you're drawing, sculpting, painting?
To be honest, dude, the art class I had, the art teacher tried getting us into anything and everything. And it was, I think because of that, I never really found like a niche, so to speak. Like it's more so because I get bored. So like I'll get bored like doing one specific thing. You know what I mean? It's like after doing the same thing again and again and again, I want to shoot myself. You know what I mean? So it's like I need to constantly balance between stuff. So it's like back then it was oil painting, acrylic, clay sculptures, pencil drawings, pretty much whatever I can touch, and do stuff with.
Do you think that teacher had a a big hand in your artistic development?
Oh, without doubt.
It's like one of those
yeah,
stories.
No,
where
she.
the
Yeah,
teacher
it was.
kinda
It was one of those
introduces
kind
you.
of stories. Yeah. No, dude, she drove me to college, like to for the whole portfolio interview.
Oh, wow.
Because my parents couldn't at the time, so she actually drove us like over and the whole thing. Like she was fantastic. I haven't seen her since. I have no idea anything. I'm an asshole. I gotta try to touch base one day.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, it seems like she had maybe a pretty big impact
No,
on,
she
on
did.
your life there and after maybe, too,
Yeah.
kind of indirectly. But
Right. Yeah.
all right, so then you had this teacher, and you were just getting you with the art, and you were bouncing around between different things. So how did you come? How did you come to tattooing?
Okay, so that actually is kind of funny. So I ended up going with a buddy of mine because he wanted to get his nipples pierced. And I thought that should be a blast. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'm coming with you. And he was kind of one of those crazy, like at the moment kind of guys.
Yeah.
And after he got his nipples pierced, he was like, fuck it, I want to get my first tattoo. Ended up being a drawing of mine. Now, that was cool, but at the time I was also already drawing like drawings for friends to get tattoos. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like that much of like a hit. What kind of like turned on the on switch was the guy who was doing it let me do a line in the tattoo.
Really?
And dude, that was like an on switch. I instantly knew I need to quit my job. I need to drop out of college. I need to get rid of everything I'm doing and do this now.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was literally an on switch.
That's really big. That was pretty daring of him, I guess, to let you do that if you had
Oh,
never...
he was his cousin. He didn't give a shit. He wanted to go smoke a cigarette and was like, fuck it. Like, keep going.
You wanted to smoke a cigarette, so it's like, oh, here, you take over?
Dude, that was the ugliest fucking line in the entire goddamn tattoo. It should look like, oh man, it was so bad.
That's crazy. That's
No, it was terrible. It was definitely not professionalism, that's for sure.
And so that lit a fire in you more.
Oh,
or less,
without
you're
doubt.
saying?
Yeah. In the most figurative form. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So what was the next step after that?
Starting the apprenticeship. And it was funny because I remember, because my dad's like super, super big in my life and the whole thing. And he was pissed.
Really?
Because my dad's a little old school. He kept on telling me, it's like, where's the money in that? Why are you doing this? This is stupid. This is for delinquents. Blah, blah, blah. How old school shit is.
Sure.
And dude, my dad was mad, but he knew though, like he saw it in me. It was like, there was nothing that was going to stop me. It's like either I do this or I run away from home.
Right.
Like it's going to be one or the other. You pick. And my dad saw that and he was like, all right, fine, but make it work. Don't just sit there and do nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I literally quit my job the next day. I went straight to my counselor. I was like, hey, I'm withdrawing. Sorry.
Wow.
And dude, it was an hour drive every day to get from my house to the shop.
Did you apprentice with that guy that let you?
Sort of. So like he owned the shop. So I ended up realizing later down the road that basically all I was there for was a free helping hand to kind of clean shop. The guy who actually did teach me, he ended up passing away a little bit later. His name was Bernardo Sedna. He was actually my main mentor, so to speak. He was the only one that actually gave a shit. Mm-hmm. Like when I was there, I think it was one of those sort of things where like everybody knew that the boss just had me there to like clean toilets, but he actually did want to help. So that was pretty cool. So even after I quit there, after like 8 months, I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of cleaning toilets and nothing's happening. Like I literally haven't touched anything. I'm seeing a pattern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm being used. And I got super irritated. I left, and even after I left, like I was able to talk to him, and he would still give me pointers. If something was going wrong here, he'd be like, "Try this." So it was super, super awesome. So ever since then, I always saw him as like the actual mentor.
I got you.
So to speak.
You left your apprenticeship.
Mm-hmm.
What was next? I mean, did you start working? Did you go for another apprenticeship? Did you?
Sort of. So it was weird. It was kind of bumpy. Like it was a very strange couple months, because it was very like, I'm doing this. I'm only going to focus on starting to tattoo. And then everything got kind of like flipped upside down. Mm-hmm. Now, at the time, I was drawing Flash. And I had kind of like a decent-ish Flash set. Kind of like very like David Bolte, kind of so to speak. And I figured, okay, I have a full set. Let me at least try to make some money. Let me drive around to different shops. So this is before like smartphones and all that. So I literally printed out a MapQuest. At like every shop and like what route to take. And literally had a fucking map in my car. So I'm going from like shop to shop to shop. I think out of all the shops I visited, I maybe sold 2 sets. And one of the last shops, the guy was like, dude, if you had an apprenticeship, you started doing stuff, why did you stop? Because I was done. I felt burned.
Yeah.
So I felt burned by the industry, so to speak. So I was like, I don't want to tattoo anymore. But I have this. I got to at least do something with this. And the guy kind of like reignited a little bit by telling me, you know, just do it. Like you're already almost there. You might as well take that other leap, you know, so to speak. I remember I went to one of the shops. I went to go sell flash art at. He offered me an apprenticeship, and I took it. And then after I saw him working and the way he talked and this and that, and I saw basically it was all bullshit, I was like, I am out of here.
Not the guy you want to learn from.
Dude, and I basically did it the way you're not really supposed to, kind of like kitchen magician, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went on eBay, bought the cheapest set I could find, and just started fucking up all my friends and cousins. And started going to town, dude. I banged everybody up. I still have uncles that have shit ass fucking tattoos that I refuse to fix because they're like antiques.
Don't try that at home, kids.
Right.
So you're self-taught more or less.
Sort of, but my mentor did teach me a lot though. Yeah. Like he guided me. Yeah, like he guided me. Even when I was doing my whole kitchen magician, he still guided the hell out of me. Like even through all that. So it worked out. I'm kind of one of those like trial by fire kind of guys.
At least you had people that were okay.
Well, dude, you say free, man, you're gonna have a line out the door. Yeah. Don't matter what quality.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
How long did you do that for?
Oh, dude, that was for
like before you
like start working at shops and stuff like that.
Was your next step to open your shop, or did you go to
No, I started jumping from shop to shop. From there, I think I was tattooing at home for about a year, or maybe almost 2, before I felt comfortable enough or had like a decent enough portfolio to kind of show. I found one shop, this like super hood shop. It was funny because they ended up making me like pick like a name, like a graffiti name. I always just went by Javi, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's my fucking name. Like,
sure.
But it was funny because the guy asked me, it's like, which is funny because that's actually the reason why I called the shop Tattoo Theory, because the guy asked me, "What's your name?" And I'm like, Javi. And he's like, "No, what's your name? Like, what's your tattoo name?"
Yeah,
and I was like, I never thought about it. And in my head, I was like, well, I tinker and diddle around a lot and fucking I'm always thinking about shit. I'm like, Theory? I guess that's my name.
There you go.
And it's funny because in that time when I worked there, where I was being called Theory, it was such a bad time in my career. Like, it was just not the most professional place. It was awful. It was literally a shit show for like 4 months.
It's like a street shop kind of place.
Like below that.
Oh,
like that's the best way I can kind of describe it. Yeah. So anybody that then says, "Hey, Theory," in my head I'm like, "Oh, ill." Like, who the fuck knows me by that fucking name? That's bad. But I actually named the shop Tattoo Theory because it was kind of like almost like a rubbing it in the face sort of thing. Yeah. Because I was like, okay, I'm going to finally open up, but I kind of want you to know that I'm here.
like I'm going to show you.
Right. A bit of a dick move, but hey, it is what it is.
So how long ago was that? How long have you had Tattoo Theory?
It's been about, I want to say 8 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, when it first opened up. So, I think I was tattooing for maybe like 4 or 5 years at the time.
I mean, you made a pretty fast progression from.
Well, because I'm a tinkerer, like I like messing around a lot. I'll give you a kind of like a little bit of a rewind to kind of as a reason for that. When I was about 11 years old, when Xbox first came out, you know, and like Halo and all that stuff, I was blown away. Like, I thought that was what I was going to do. I thought I was going to get into like video game art and design. That's what I started going to college for. And I remember I asked my dad, I'm like, "Dad, where, like, I want to learn 3D. Like, I want to learn how to do this. Like, I know you have a friend of yours at work that knows how to pirate programs. Please help me out." Yeah. And my dad ended up actually going out and buying Photoshop. Now, the thing is, you can't really do anything 3D in Photoshop. Okay. But I was like, fuck it. I was 11 years old. To me, it was like a new game. Sure. You know what I mean? So I installed it, and I remember I called my dad, and I was like, "Dad, did this thing come with an instruction manual? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at." And what my dad said that day has resonated my entire career, my entire life. Literally anything I touch, I think of his voice when he told me this. He told me, "Fuck with it, you'll figure it out." And I swear to fucking God, dude, every single time I try something new, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'll eventually figure it out. That's the fucking point. Yeah.
No, that's a good motto to.
Yeah, fuck with it till you figure it out. And that's how tattooing was, man. Like, basically, it was like fucking up all my cousins and friends, all that. That was literally just that, you know, fucking with it.
I had a similar kind of experience when, 'cause I'm an electrician, and when I was pretty new in the field, and I was still a helper. I remember we were putting. I was with my boss. We were putting a ton of lights up at this house. I mean, it was a new house, so they had a whole bunch of lights. So we were just going around putting all the lights in, and I don't remember what the problem was, but I was having trouble with one of the lights, and I felt like I just couldn't get it. No matter what I did, it just wasn't. I just couldn't get it to go up right, and I was like banging up the finish on it. I was just
right.
And I went to my boss and I said, hey, "Listen, I can't do it. I just can't get this one." And he said something to the effect of, "It has to go up. You can't not be able to do it. It has to go up no matter what." Instead of, I mean, he could have just as easily come in and probably done it real easily, but and he said that to me, and I think that a lot when I'm working, and I don't have the same trouble with lights now that I've been an electrician for much longer, but I mean, I certainly still come across things
right
that are hard, and I'm like, geez, I can't do it, but and I think of that, and it gives me the resolve to kind of
like go for it,
to just keep at it until sometimes just looking at it over and over and over, and eventually like, oh, well, what about this, or what, so.
Yeah, that's usually how it is. You just gotta keep going at it.
Yeah,
Eventually it happens.
Perseverance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't not get done.
Yeah.
So you open your shop, Tattoo Theory, and was it just you?
Yeah, at the time originally, my idea was kind of like a more private studio.
Okay.
Because prior to opening up the shop, I kind of ended up going back to tattooing at the house. It's like every shop I would go to, it was like the vibes were off. Like it was not fun to work. And
was that mostly in Miami area?
Yeah. Most of the shops I went to that I did get an opportunity to work at, the bosses may have been cool, but then like the employees were assholes. And then some places like the employees were super cool, but the boss was an asshole. So it's like, which is usually most jobs and stuff like that. So I got a little tired of it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to tattooing at home, nice and comfortable, the whole thing. And once I got booked about a month or so in advance at my house, that's when I was like, okay, it's getting a little serious now. I need to like get out. I need to open up shop. So I saved up I think it was about 10 grand, and I opened up like a little kind of like hole in the wall, so to speak. So at the time, it was just gonna be a private studio by myself. But then in my head, I started seeing like other shops nearby that had a bunch of artists, and I was like, oh, dude, it'd be so nice to like sit back and relax a little more. So I decided to start bringing on guys. Now, I do love it because it is really nice to be able to bounce ideas back and forth and stuff like that. But there are times where you kind of feel almost like a glorified babysitter because you have to constantly kind of crack the whip.
Yeah.
And it gets old. You know what I mean? So it's like now my new idea, because now my lease is coming up at the shop again. At our new location, so I think we're probably going to move again because the rent goes up every time you sign up, and it's just not worth it anymore. And I think this time around, I'm going to go back to my original concept of just super private studio, but this time like hardcore, like one of those almost like secret VIP areas that like nobody knows about. That like to have a special knock, and I want to be like a huge asshole about it because I want to be like. Press the buzzer to be allowed in, and there's be no buzzer at all. Yeah. Or like if there's no windows or anything inside to be able to see inside, have a sign that says, "Oh, if the lights are on, we're open." You can't really see shit, so you have no idea. So one of those type of things, have it where like nobody can really find it. So because my thing mostly that I love the most is especially at home because obviously at shows that are a little bit different. You have to kind of be like a little bit more out of your bubble, a little bit out of your shell, and kind of talk to everybody in the whole thing. At home, it's really nice to kind of just have that one-on-one with the client. Because, like, to me, you have some artists that they treat the client like a walking wallet. I don't like that because it's not fair. You're with somebody for X amount of hours. You're basically sometimes a part-time therapist. So it's like you're going to get to know the guy. You can't just look at him like a walking wallet. You know what I mean? So to me, it's more of like I have my fun not so much with the piece itself, but also with the hoop. That's because cool. Like it's really nice to just be able to like eat, like toss shit back and forth and just eat shit the whole time. Yeah. So that's the nice part about having like that private studio where you don't have to worry about anybody else coming in. You lock the door, you go to work, you focus, you go outside, smoke a cigarette, you order some pizza, you guys just eat shit the entire time. Because to me, the whole process of getting a tattoo should be a whole day thing. You know what I mean? So so long as it gets done, however so that bees, and so be it.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that sounds like
just chill.
It sounds like a nice experience to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the idea. Because at the end of the day, you're going through so much pain getting tattooed. Yeah. It's torturous. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
basically
it's
paying
the worst.
someone.
It's the
Yeah, you're
worst
paying
thing
someone
ever.
to hurt you all day. It's awful.
It's
So at least that we can do is make it comfortable.
yeah.
You know?
I tell you, I feel like it's so much worse now that I'm
Yeah.
older. Not only is the pain like, I feel like I can take the pain less, but staying in the same position for hours and hours is even worse. It's like
No,
just laying
we're getting
there,
old,
and
dude.
it hurts to lay there, and then you get up, and you're like, oh god, now it hurts to get up also. It's like,
Yeah, you sit
never
for
gets
too
any
long, now
better.
your ass hurts.
Yeah,
It's the worst.
it's rough, man. It's rough. I think it's nice though. Actually, anyway, you say that that a lot of tattooers. I mean, it's not nice to hear that a lot of tattattooers look at customers
But it is
as
true, though.
cash money. But it's nice to hear that that's not your
Right.
attitude.
Well, dude, like all my friends, every single one of like my best friends and all that, it wasn't like I met them at a bar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Literally, I met them tattooing them. You know what I mean? And then as we're thinking any shit, I'm like, dude, I love you. You're fucking awesome. Like, how can I not like you? My buddy right now that works with FK, we've been friends for like 9 years. You know, we started off tattooing the same thing. I'm the godfather to his kids, and he's the godfather to one of mine. And then one of my other best buds, same deal. He came in when I first opened up the shop. Super cool guy. Same deal. It's revert like the same exact thing with my other friend, and it's just fantastic. You know what I mean? So it's like that's when I started really learning that it's not a wallet thing. It's not a just get paid and then buy. You know what I mean? It's a relationship you're building. You know what I mean? No matter what.
I think that's nice to hear. I walk into a shop to get something done. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like I'm
Right.
just money. I think it's great that you've become good friends with a lot of clients, but I mean, I'm not expecting that when I go into a shop.
Right,
But I
right.
mean, I think it's nice just to be treated respectfully. That's
Yeah.
all. Just as a person, I'm there. We'll shoot the shit out of us, and if we get to be friends, there's certainly nothing wrong with that. But shoot the shit, and you're not going to be thinking the whole time, oh, I wish this guy would get the hell out of here and pay me, and or something like that.
No, that's awful. Because what ends up happening is you end up like when it's that kind of mentality, you end up hating it. You end up hating tattooing. Yeah, I mean, like, and don't get me wrong though, it does suck when like then you get the client that treats it like that kind of exchange where it's like where they treat it themselves as though I'm the wallet, I'm paying you to do this.
Yeah, like you work for me, and
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like super discouraging to even think that way, because then you're like, fuck, I hate this fucking person now. Like I've had some clients like that where like literally like I've given back their deposit. Wow. Normally I'm one of those where like, dude, like unless I die, you're not getting your deposit back. You know what I mean? Like if something happens on my end, it's not happening. But I've had clients where I'm like, dude, I don't like you. I wish I would have never taken your deposit. Here it is back.
Wow.
Because it's like, yeah, dude, the last thing you want to do, especially one of those big ass projects where you're going to be stuck with them for 20, 30 hours.
Yeah.
If they're assholes, fuck that. I'd rather be broke. I'd rather not make money that day. I'd rather go home and play video games.
I can't imagine as if I was a client trusting someone to put something on you forever, and to be not just something that's going to be artistically great, and to be an asshole to them seems to be really
It's counterproductive.
Like
It's big time. And now, don't get me wrong though. There's times where like their design, they're like it's to me it's never because of the design. Because I first screen everybody ahead of time. Like whenever they send me a message and stuff, I always kind of make sure that I'm into what it is they want. Because obviously at that point, that's kind of like that first date, so to speak, of like, okay, what is you're into? What is it you want to do? Okay, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And then like, okay, I have this friend that's into that. I have that friend that does that. You mean these are the ways to go. But if we kind of pass all that and everything's kind of cool and gravy, the idea is awesome, all that stuff, then we'll move ahead. But then if I find out, fuck, like you're a jerk. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then it's like, no, I don't want to work on you. So it's like sometimes it's not even the design, because there are sometimes where like the person does have like their own specific meaning to it. So if they want to change it or a million times where the case is, but so be it. It's fine. It's on their body at the end of the day.
Right.
I mean, they're the ones got to live with it. But it's more of like when they just don't get it. Like they just like no matter how nice you try to be or how much you try to like direct them in the right path, so to speak, and they still don't understand. That's where it can get a little hard. And then obviously if they're disrespectful about the whole exchange, then it gets even worse. Yeah. And that's usually where the whole giving back the deposit happens.
Are you at that point in your career now when you're able to more or less pick the projects you want to do?
Yeah, I think so. Because like back at home, I'm normally booked about a year out.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's actually catch-22. It's cool to say. It sucks to have.
Yeah.
Like the best way to put it. Because what ends up happening is there's a lot of chain reactions that happen when you are booked a year out. The first one is a lot can happen to someone's life within that year. So it's like they book the appointment, they're getting paid, decent amount of money. Their job is super lenient, the whole thing. But then as the appointment comes, they can either lose their job or they have to move, somewhere to another state, or something happens to their car and they have to replace it. A lot of things can happen. So what I do to combat that kind of like cancellation rate, because the shitty part is the longer the wait time is, the higher the cancellation rate is.
Makes sense.
So usually what I do to kind of counteract that is I book myself 7 days a week. Now that can be also catch-22, because if I'm lucky, I get a cancellation every now and then. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, no big deal. If I'm not lucky, two things can happen. Either not a fucking cancellation happens at all and I'm working nonstop for 2 months, or the complete opposite, where I have an entire week and a half worth of cancellations.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh my God. So like both of them pucker your butthole, So it's like, it just generally sucks. So what I'm trying to do is get a lot pickier so that wait time can go down. So that I can have days off, like actually plan days off.
Right.
And then like it won't be so bad. Type of thing. So if I can get it down to like 2 months, I'd be a happy guy. Yeah. I mean, but that's saying no a lot. That's another thing too, is that I do have a hard time saying no sometimes, because there are some folks that are really cool. There's some folks that they just rub you the right way. The way they talk and their demeanor and the whole thing. Then you meet them in person and you're like, dude, you're dope. Your idea sucks, but you're dope. So it's like, fuck it. I don't want anybody else to fuck you up. Yeah. Like, let's do your little butterfly. So it's like that stuff like that happens. I've had that happen a lot. That's why and those are tattoos that I just don't post, because I'm like, this is not really like part of my demeanor, so to speak. But you're awesome. Fuck it. Let's go for it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like that whenever I disappear off of Instagram, that's usually what's happening. I'm usually helping some other folks out. Just because, like I said, they're super cool and it's hard to say no. Yeah. My girl keeps telling me to start saying no.
Yeah, I wish more tattooers didn't say no.
Right.
Well, you have another Instagram, right? Dimension Theory, is that what it's called?
Right. So I have, how many do I have now? Shit. So I have Tattoo Theory for the shop, which it's kind of no point in having now because I don't have another artist. So it's like literally I'm just like duplicating my own pictures.
It's just yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Like it really is. I was actually thinking about turning Tattoo Theory into like a share page, just to kind of like artwork like from friends I really like and just kind of repost theirs. Just to kind of have fun with it. Because like I'm eating shit on my phone a lot, so sometimes I'm just on there just completely eating crap. And so I guess it'd be one way to kind of help out the community, so to speak. Sure. The other page I have this one page called Bob_Tattoo Theory. That is my stupid joke page.
Okay.
Whenever I get these like dumbass ideas, what I do is I have this other persona that's my skeleton that I have at the shop, and my skeleton's name is Bob. So we'll like do straight up, me and my wife will like literally make like a little skit out of it, of like trying to do something with him, like, treating him like a client. Like right now, or not right now, maybe like about 6 months ago, there was like a big thing with tattooing and social media where like all you would see were like half naked girls with barely a tattoo. Yeah. And like, these tattoo artists would do like this little infinity sign on the girl's butt. Yeah. Take a picture of not the tattoo, but of the girl's full leg for this tiny ass little thing. And then, it'd blow up and the whole thing. So I wanted to poke fun at that. So I made this one little skit where Bob walks in like a client. And I'm like, hey, Bob, how's it going? And, you want to get a tattoo? And like, it's kind of like the phones are kind of like this, where you can kind of still see it. And it's of an infinity sign. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, cool. That's what you want? Oh, and you want it there? All right, cool. Take off all your clothes and come back with me. And then you go to the next frame, and we literally went to Victoria's Secret and like bought some like panties and like small little bra that we're gonna return. Yeah. And put him in like hot pink like panties and bra, and basically put him like this like kind of like sexy pose, and like it's me tattooing his wrist. And then it ends it with me like with my shirt off, all fucking like dad bod. he's being like, oh, is this what you want on Instagram? So like my little bod page is just to kind of like poke fun. Now, Dimension Theory, because I started getting into like 3D designing and stuff like that, I can technically 3D print it. So I ended up actually buying a 3D printer and the whole thing. So it's like whenever I tinker and stuff like that, and it's kind of, and I'm like, fuck it, let's see what it actually looks like in person. I'll actually print it out. And at one point, we were pumping out these like, kind of like skulls, like on pedestals type of thing. Mm-hmm. And they did really good.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing this picture. Badass.
Right. No, they were super cool. And the problem is that material that it prints out of is kind of fragile. So it's like out of the 30 or so I sold, 10 of them broke along the way. Now, here's a shitty part.
All broke on the way to their destination.
On the way to destination. Wow. I tried a UPS, I tried USPS, FedEx, I tried everybody. Some couriers are just assholes, and they're just gonna kick. And dude, I've seen boxes, like people send me pictures, they were crushed. Oh. Like it was ridiculous. And I was like, oh my God, it didn't matter if I put fragile on it or not. It was insane. So now the shitty part was, because the amount of material I would use, like for the 3D printer, painting it, all that stuff, it would cost me $60 to make it. Okay. Now the cheapest one was $120. If that one breaks, now I'm doing it for free. Right. Because I have to replace it. I cannot not replace it. That's just a dick move. So I would replace it, and then sometimes those replacements would also break. Oh, God. So I have to replace it a third time. Now, at that point, I'm spending $60 to make you something.
It's costing money to send it to someone.
Dude, after that happened like 3 times, I was like, I can't do this. Those things took me a while to make, man. Those things took me, I think it was like almost like a week and a half to make each one. Wow. It was like drying time and like settling and this and that stuff. So it was really time consuming. So it was good money while it was coming, while everything was fine, nothing was breaking. But whenever issues would happen, it just starts sucking out way too much time. And at the end of the day, I'm a tattoo artist first, before anything else. So it's like that started taking up too much time, and I was like, fuck that. And then I came up with another design that we've kind of postponed because like it's kind of like a skeleton hand reaching out, squeezing a heart. And I actually already have them 3D printed, base painted, and the whole thing. I'm just basically lazy and I haven't put them together yet. Mm-hmm. And mostly because I've only made 10 and I do not want to make it again. So basically, I got to figure out something with the box to ship it so it does not break.
They're super fragile, like the skulls?
They're a little bit harder, a little bit thicker. So the chances of it breaking are probably pretty low, but it's still a possibility because at the end of the day, the resin from the 3D printer cannot have that much force. At least the one printer I have, which I want to replace because that one printer doesn't make that many different types of resins. So it's like whenever something does break, that's all I'm stuck with. I can only use that one resin.
That's what it prints it out of, like a resin?
Well, yeah, because there's a few different types. There's
I don't know anything about. I mean, I know in theory, I know what 3D printing is, but I don't really know anything about how it works.
There's 2 main types. There's one that uses like a plastic filament that it melts it on a funnel head and then kind of like pours it out. Those are usually the more affordable, like the cheaper ones. Okay. Those you can't get really like that good a detail, but it kind of works. I mean, it's kind of one of those like hobbyist kind of.
So it's almost like it just fabricates it out of
like filament, like stringed out.
And
plastic.
does it print it out like in layers or something? Like how does it?
Yeah. That's how it does. What the program does, it grabs your 3D model and slices it into slices, and then basically the program then kind of feeds that information over to the printer, and the printer knows which layers to kind of do and pack up. You do end up having failures sometimes. It's just normal. It's kind of one of those things that happen. So that's one type of printer, which is a more affordable one. There are some really expensive versions of it, but that's kind of like the more affordable one. Then there's the resin printers, which is kind of like SLA, DLP, I think it is, or something like that. And those deal with like a plastic liquid resin. And what it does is they're UV active. So it's like you can't have them in the daylight or otherwise they'll get rock hard. So you have to make sure they're kind of enclosed and the whole thing with like special housing, and basically it kind of shines a UV light that kind of like cures that one layer. It lifts up, resin fills in the empty cavity. It comes back down and does the next layer. Wow. So it's like now it is time consuming as shit.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, like those skulls that I made. Let me see. I think it was the column by itself was 6 hours to make. The base was 3 hours to make. And the skull itself was 8 hours to make.
You're saying 6 hours, 3 hours, 8 hours. That's how long like the printer takes to print it?
To print it out.
Wow.
Right, yeah. So it was time consuming shit. So it's like, don't get me wrong. It was a lot of like hurry up and wait. Yeah. It's kind of like, even though it took 2 weeks to make, it was kind of like, okay, press it. Okay, cool. I'll see you in 2 days.
Yeah. How thick are the layers at least, like at a time?
It depends on when you set it out. Oh. Yeah, because you can set it where they're a lot thicker. You can set them where they're really, really thin and really fine detail.
Right. So, I mean, I guess the thinner you get it, the more detail.
The more detail, yeah. In, right? But to be honest, there's sometimes where like it doesn't matter. It's like it's so close that it's like, fuck it, let's just go fast. Yeah. I mean, fast is still 8 hours. I tried once where like at its slowest, where like its highest resolution, which looked almost identical to like the other one. It took about, what was it? I think it was like 18 hours to print.
Oh my god!
So literally, it was like started up early in the morning and not see it again till like tomorrow morning. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was insane. That's why I kind of I paused it because in my head I was like, dude, I just can't. I don't have enough time. Now I'm dying to have time though, because I would love to kind of like again, kind of like I was saying earlier, I like to tinker with different things.
Right.
So it's like right now, and that's kind of where the whole issue is with being booked so far and not having really any days off, is that I have to wait till I get a cancellation so I can start tinkering around. That's how I ended up learning ZBrush. ZBrush was, I ended up getting LASIK done, like the laser eye surgery. Mm-hmm. And they tell you not to look at a computer for 4 days.
Okay.
And I did. So like I canceled my week, so I can like let my eyes heal.
Yeah.
But I was bored. And I was like, fuck, dude, I don't want to sit around and do nothing. This sucks.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I opened up my computer. I put my phone there on YouTube, and I was like, I have ZBrush. I had ZBrush on my computer for almost 2 years and didn't touch it.
ZBrush, it's like an art program?
Yeah, it's the 3D program that I use to kind of create all the renders.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, that shit's complicated as fuck because every button has a whole other menu.
Right.
Like, it's ridiculous. It's definitely not Photoshop. And so I have my phone here on YouTube and just literally all the tutorial videos, like the beginning stuff. Right. And like I'm there like, okay, all right. And my eyes are like super sore. I have to constantly put drops. I'm like, oh my God, I shouldn't have been doing this. Yeah, but I'm happy I did because now I can generate my own references. Because I was getting really annoyed because a lot of the times when you're kind of doing like realism and stuff like that, at the end of the day you can try to draw it out, but if you find really good reference, you're kind of better off just using the reference. At the end of the day, the final product is the tattoo, not the drawing.
Right.
So to speak. So I started getting really annoyed because I started, trying to really dig the internet for like, those impossible to find references that, nobody uses or nobody has used. And then tattoo it, be super happy with it, go to post it, and then somebody like, fucking like Carlos Torres. I remember when Carlos Torres tattooed the exact same reference that I spent hours and days trying to find. And right as I was going to post it, Carlos Torres posted the same one. And his looked so much better than mine. And I was like, fuck, I can't post it. Like, this sucks. I got to wait like months so that everybody forgets about that one. And so I got annoyed. I was like, fuck, this sucks, dude. Like, I'm spending all this time tattooing it, all this and that to then post it. And then people are using the same exact ones. And it's like, fuck, there's nothing unique about it. So I started getting annoyed. And that's when I decided, okay, when I did the LASIK, I had time off. I can now sit down and actually learn ZBrush. Now, in the beginning, it was really hard because I was doing everything from scratch. Right. Now, it is awesome to do everything from scratch because it's one of those kind of like pop your collar, this feels nice kind of things. Yeah. But it's stupid because at the end of the day, you're making your money off of the tattoo, not the design. So you can't be spending 2 months to design it. That just doesn't add up. You're wasting a lot of time for this amount of money, even though it's still good money, but it doesn't equal out to all those hours, so to speak. Right. So I had to figure out a more efficient way to do stuff. So what I do now is something called kit bashing, is what it's kind of known as. It's basically where there's a bunch of websites where you can kind of like go and buy models, like 3D models already done, and a lot of them are pretty much almost already like ready to go. And basically what you do is you buy all these models, and then you basically bash them together, and you end up creating your own thing out of it. It's kind of like almost like grabbing Legos, and he's grabbing pieces and he's building something else, out of it. A lot, and it's cool because by doing kit bashing, I'm able to pump out my references or my designs within like a day and a half versus 2 months. Because I don't have to sit there and literally create from a sphere, an angel, something like that. So now I just literally go by like the figure, how it's posed. I find armor somewhere else or something like it, and then I just kind of tweak it how I like it. But at least I start at point, V versus point A. Yeah, sure. To try to get the Z. Yeah. So at least it really speeds up the process like crazy. So I'm able to kind of like spit out a lot quicker my references and stuff like that to the point where it's a little bit more custom. Now it's kind of cool because now it's the point where now people are copying that, like the actual designs, which is kind of fun. It's kind of like, it makes me feel good that people would like that other not so much the artists, more that other clients like it that much. That like when I post it on Pinterest or like Instagram, that other clients are like, I really like this design. I want to get tattooed. Yeah. Now, it does kind of suck that obviously they're not willing to fly down, or in the case to get it done by the original person who did it. But at least they want it, which is still pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, it's flattering, I'm sure.
It's flattering. It is. And the only time I ever get offended is whenever the artist claims it to be theirs. That's the part I get mad at. That's the part that's fucked. If, let's say, for example, somebody, does it, it comes out way better than the one I tattooed, but at least tagged me on the original design, or at least said, hey, original reference by Javi, I'd be totally happy. I saw this one piece the other day of the anxiety piece I made, which like the girl with the brain. Mm-hmm. It came out awesome. Yeah. It was very different. It was like the way the guy did it. It was still obviously the same design, but he did like a lot of different pops of color. There was like blues in the background. It was generally a very different take on it. Mm-hmm. But he's from the Ukraine or Russia, I think it is. So when I tried talking to him about like, hey, dude, I love the way it came out. It's fantastic. But can you please just at least give me credit for the reference? At least give credit kind of where credit is due, so to speak. But I think there's a language barrier, and he just didn't get it. And all he did was send me a screenshot of the design with a high five emoji. And I was like, I don't think you're on the same page as I am. So I kind of left it as is. And whenever buddies of mine would tag me on it, I'm like, dude, just do me a favor. Just write on there saying, reference by Javi, whatever the case is. Just so at least it's there,
So as people know where it came from.
Right. Came from. Now, I can't get mad at artists either, because at the end of the day, they're trying to pay their bills. You know what I mean? So it's like me getting mad at an artist for copying work. It's like another artist getting mad at me for copying something online. At the end of the day, I did put it online. That's kind of like the silent contract I signed by pressing post.
Maybe, but I mean, don't you think there's got to be a line between some point in using someone else's work as a reference where it becomes more than a reference, where it's just like a copy, a copy with some variation to it?
Yeah, I've thought about it. The problem is there's no solution.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like, it's one of those where I can't get mad, because, I get it. Like, if I find a dope reference online, fuck it. I don't have to really do anything. It's ready to go. You know what I mean? So it's like, if they feel the same way about it, then I guess so be it. But like I said, that's where at least the credit has to be given. You know what I mean? So at least there's some return. Because like it's kind of like the full circle of life, so to speak. The artist draws it out, sells prints or artwork of it. Somebody copies it or tattoos it. They make their money off the client, and if they tag, the circle goes back around to that person. They could probably sell more artwork. So it's one of those type of things where, like, so long as the circle of life is respected, then it's okay, sort of, to some degree. Because at the end of the day, the best way to do it is to at least ask permission. Because most of the time, if the guy is cool about it, like usually whenever anybody asks me for permission, I'm like, yeah, dude, you just tag me. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I used to be like, oh, you just change it up, make it different. But who cares? Like, really, honestly, like, I posted it online. What the fuck do I expect? And it sucks because it's like, you cannot not post. You cannot not do that. So it's like, you can't just avoid the internet altogether, because then nobody knows you. Then you don't get work.
You're like in a black hole.
You're in a black hole. So it's like one of those things where you have to just kind of like eat it up and just take it as it goes.
I've seen tattoo artists post stuff on wherever, Instagram, Pinterest, this and that, and people comment, that's an awesome tattoo. I want to get that. It's like, wow, right? What are you talking about? It's like,
they want to get like the same one.
I want to get this. Like, how can you?
No, I see that all the time on my Instagram. I'll get folks that straight up comment tagging in their friends saying, I want that.
Yeah,
it's like, but with this instead, or like just change one tiny element. I'm like, dude, but really, like, you want to just copy the exact same shit? I don't know, dude.
I can't understand. I mean, obviously, some things people can have the same, like nautical stars or something. I mean, they look like they look, right? I mean, it doesn't. That's not that's not like a custom work kind of thing. But
right.
I mean, when you're talking about custom work, listen. I'm like anyone else. I see work and I'm like, God, that's so awesome. I wish I had that. Or I mean, I'm sure everyone does that. But I mean, I would never go so far as to say, oh, hey, I want this exact thing that I just saw someone else do on someone else. It's
right.
That's maybe a little too far.
No, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah. I don't understand why people are like that. But I guess it's the way. I think what it is that some of those folks are more. It's more like a fad to them. You know what I mean? It's more like about being cool than anything else. You know what I mean? And it's like you have those folks where like it's like a lifestyle, where this is literally our life. You know what I mean, so to speak. And you have those that just really don't give a shit. And it's just, to them, it's just like trying to get laid or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people that just want to get anything, just want to get something that doesn't matter what they get. They just want to have.
Yeah, they don't care about the what, the meaning. They just want to have.
Yeah, just something. I just want to get
Like I feel like that happens at the end though.
back.
Like I feel like that happens at the end. You know, like once you're like already so covered that you have like little tiny random spots.
Oh yeah.
It's like fuck it. Who gives a shit? You just fill it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like when that happens in the beginning, it's like that's wrong. Like it's just plain out wrong.
Yeah. I was in a shop. My girlfriend was getting some work done, and we were sitting in the waiting area, and some kid comes in. He didn't have any. I mean, he was young. He didn't have any work done that I could see at least. And he's sitting there, and the receptionist comes up to me. She says, you know, would you like to look at someone's portfolio, or if you like someone's work or whatever? And he was just like, he had no idea. He had like no idea what he wanted to look at, what he wanted to get, what he wanted, anything. He just like wanted to. He's like, I'm here, and I want to walk out of the shop with a tattoo,
somebody.
But you know, something that's gonna be on me forever. But I don't even know what it is. It's
right.
I can't understand that mentality.
No, I remember. It's that young and dumb. That's what it is. It's purely that, because I remember I did that. I did that when before I started tattooing. I was one of those. Like right when I turned 18, I remember I went to a shop, and I was like with an ex-girlfriend. We were like road tripping. We ended up going to like North Carolina, I think it was, and we decided out of nowhere, like, yeah, let's get tattoos. And at first, I wanted to get the fucking barcode, which thank God I didn't, because at the time, and I wanted to do it on the back of my neck.
Oh yeah.
And at the time I had hair. That shit, I would have loved a Hitman. like fucking straight up Hitman from the fucking game. If I would have had that now. But thankfully I went to one shop, and the guy was like, don't do it, because those lines, when they're so tightly together, they will blow out over time. They will blur. It will look like complete donkey shit.
Sure.
Thank God he told me that, because I decided not to. So we literally went back to the motel. I drew up some like stupid little tribal looking thing, and went to like the closest shop from there. I didn't even go back to the same place. I literally went to somewhere else. And the guy, I remember this guy said, I think that was like the last tattoo of the day for him. And I think I remember him saying, oh, fuck, really, this? Fuck it, let's go. And he pulled out like a 9-liner or some shit like that, like a 9-round or something, and just went to town, dude, and just, oh my God. Like, I don't know if it was because it was my second one, or whatever the fuck case it was, but that shit fucking hurt. Like, that shit was fucking painful, man. And at the end, I was like, ow. And the whole drive home, the sun was on that side.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, this sucks. This is a horrible idea. This is a terrible, terrible idea. So I think those kids, they're just kids. They're just dumbasses.
Yeah.
Just young.
I understand exactly what you're saying, but I mean, and listen, my first tattoos I got at 18 are covered up as that, you know, as so many people do. They get their first things covered or lasered or whatever. But I mean, despite the fact that later I didn't want it, I still put a lot of thought into it. I mean, I didn't just go in and
no, dude, I was the worst. I didn't put any thoughts into it at all. That's why I'm covered in crap. You know what I mean?
It seems to be a theme among tattoo artists.
Yeah,
like
we're covered in
many
shit.
Tattooists are like, I hate all my stuff, or my work's so bad. Or this.
Yeah. No, the smart ones, dude, are the ones that decided not to get tattooed when they were an apprentice.
Yeah.
And decided to wait until later. Like, it's funny, because I remember one time I saw a tattoo artist that didn't have any tattoos at all. And at the time, I was like, why? Like, why not? Like, you do this for a living. Like, why not at least know what it's like? But then when he said his reason, he was like, no, dude, like, I want to have dope work.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, because I'm covered in shit. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's the kind of forethought that you don't see in the tattoo world that much.
Exactly. I mean, that's usually what ends up happening is you become friends with somebody, and you're like, fuck it. And you start getting like fucking chewed up by everybody.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just end up with fucking crap. It's the worst.
When you were saying about excuse me, about tattoo artists with no tattoos, that's a very recent thing.
It is weird though.
When I first started getting tattooed, every tattooer was, I mean, not covered like guys are now, because even back then, even for tattooers, like faces and heads and necks and hands was still not
like risque.
Yeah, it was not many people did it, but I mean they would have sleeves, because back in the 90s, dating myself, back in the 90s, having sleeves was like a big thing. I mean, people didn't, in whatever nice society, people didn't do that. That was
Yeah, like frowned upon.
Yeah, you were like a badass if you had. So these people would see you and be like, oh my God, that's crazy. How are you ever going to get a job? How are you ever going to blah, blah. What are you going to think when you're 60 years old? You know, the same old shit. But,
Right.
But I mean, same tattooers had a lot of tattoos then. I mean, you would never see someone that didn't have a lot of work done. And now I feel like it's fairly common to see tattooers with little work or no work or
right.
You know, just
no, but it's strange though, because like I remember at one point I was kind of like indifferent about it in the sense where like, oh yeah, they don't have tattoos, like who gives a shit? Da-da-da. But you kind of have to have something, you know what I mean? Because like you gotta know what it feels like, because especially if you're working on people for like hours and hours and hours on end, there's got to be some sense of empathy, you know, or sympathy, you know, or something like that. So so at least like you know when to call it quits, type of thing,
right?
You know, I mean, like you have like if the person doesn't have any tattoos at all that's doing it, you don't know how bad it can be. You know what I mean? Like because I've seen it to the point where like it almost looks like you're kind of treating them like, you pussy. You know what I mean? Like, man the fuck out, like, just fucking do it. And it's like, but dude, you don't know what it's like.
Right.
So you can't ever tell somebody to man up.
Yeah,
you don't even know what it fucking feels like. So it's like, fuck that shit. That's why I made sure to get all my tattoos in the most painful places so that I can say man the fuck up. No, dude, I have an outline on my foot that has been an outline for the past 9 years. And it is fucking staying that way. I literally told my buddy, I'm like, dude, if you do not finish this today, you're never seeing me again. And I swore to him, and I was sticking true to it. Because fuck that shit. Oh my God, dude, it feels like they're tattooing your soul.
Like on the top of your foot, you have it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh no, it's brutal. It's brutal. And like, and apparently everybody who's ever tattooed me has been the most heavy-handed motherfucker on the planet. Because I've gotten tattooed by one person that was light-handed, which was my mentor. And when he was doing my back, I was like, this isn't bad. This is very doable. Everyone else, completely different. Yeah. Everyone else is like fucking getting tattooed with a jackhammer. You know what I mean? It's brutal.
That can really make
it'll make or break you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten work done. Same thing by guys that have a light touch, and you're like, you know, it hurts, but it's not.
It's doable.
Right.
I mean,
some guys that just have that heavy hand.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
No, what I got to work on is my wiping, because I'm one of those like sandpaper wipers.
Oh yeah.
Like I just go and just wipe down across everything we just did. It's probably the reason why most of my tattoos stay nice and red the entire time. Just passing sandpaper the entire time.
I feel like there's some amount of correlation between people that are fast and people that are heavy-handed. I feel like the two things.
It depends.
Not always, but
right, not always. Yeah,
because
I got in tattoo, which is the worst. To get tattooed by somebody who's really, really slow and really, really heavy-handed. Yeah, that is torture. You know what I mean? Like my whole thing is like, okay, if you're gonna be heavy-handed as fuck, be really fast. Yeah. Get through this shit now. But I've gotten tattooed by somebody who was like, oh my, like I can't even describe how slow it was, and just with the added weight. Like to it all, and it's like it's just death. Like it is brutal, dude. Like there is some times where like I forget about empathy, but then there are times where I think about how bad my tattoos were, and then I remember like what empathy is like.
That's a horrible experience, no matter what.
Oh yeah, it's a stupid idea. Yeah. It's stupid. It's stupid. No matter what it is, it's stupid.
It seems like the people who know how agonizing is the best are the ones that sit down for it the most often.
Right. It's crazy.
The hell are we thinking?
No, dude, I remember when I used to tattoo out of the house, because I used to tattoo out of my dad's apartment, and my dad hated it because like I would run super late, and my dad's there trying to sleep, and all he hears, and this is back in the day before any rotaries came out, and it was just in my fucking dad's apartment. And I remember one time my dad came in and he looked at my client. He was like, you know what? You're fucking stupid. You're paying my son to hurt you. It should be the other way around. My son should be paying you. Yeah. And I looked at my dad. I'm like, Dad, shut up. Don't give him any ideas. You mean like, tell him that shit later after he pays. Yeah. But yeah, it's ridiculous. The whole concept of getting tattooed is pure insanity.
Who the hell came up with that dumb idea?
It's nuts. It's awesome. It's amazing. But it's fucking crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. Like I think it's one of those type of things where like Because whenever I get tattooed, it's kind of like before getting tattooed, especially if it's been a long time, it's kind of one of those things where like sometimes you get so lost in your own head that you forget you're about your physical body. You know what I mean? Sometimes like you're so like in here, you forget about what's on the outside. And then you get tattooed and then you get reminded like, holy shit, I'm in this presence. I'm in this matter of reality. This shit hurts. This is what feelings are like. Yeah. And I think that's what tattooing is really honestly is mostly used for, is to kind of like get that sense of aliveness.
Yeah. Kind of bring you back to humility.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had a big long pause in between tattooings for many years, and I remember when I sat down, I was like, yeah, it wasn't that bad, and this won't be that bad. I'm getting it on the outside of my forearm. It won't be that bad. And it sucked, though. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was it's bad enough that I was like, God, I don't remember it being so shitty, man. I don't remember it being so painful.
No, dude, I've had shit luck, man, because my pain tolerance is like real shit. Like it always has been.
Right.
And I just have no luck whatsoever because like either I tap out within an hour, you know what I mean, just because like the pain's just too bad. Or I get to the point where, holy shit, this actually isn't that bad. I get totally sick for 4 or 5 hours. And then my buddy taps out because he gets tired. And I'm like, fuck, man, the day where I can actually sit and get shit done, you quit on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But usually I'm the quitter anyway, so.
Not that there's any reason for me to think this, but I kind of always would think that for some reason that tattooers are the ones that don't ever tap out, but I guess
we're the worst.
I guess I'm totally wrong.
Dude, out of the 13 or so years of me tattooing, I've never met a client as bad as I am.
Oh.
I am a burden to tattoo. Like, I think that's why I haven't gotten a tattoo in so long, because I think I'm now on like a 6 or 7 hiatus, like 7-year hiatus. And I think the reason why I haven't wanted to get tattooed is because I don't want to give that burden to someone. Yeah. Because I'm one of those where like if it hurts too bad, I'll stand up. Like, I'll literally walk away. Yeah. I'll put my hand in the way. Like, I am a disaster to tattoo. And thank God I have never met anybody as bad as me. Because I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
Do you have a lot of clients that tap out when you're working?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, but I'm pretty lenient to it because I get it. I mean, because you're getting tattooed by a pussy, I understand.
It's really, I mean, no matter what your own personal tolerance is, I mean, I guess it's really just part of the...
Yeah, it's kind of part of it, yeah. So it's like at the shows, I always encourage folks not to, because at the end of the day, I don't know when exactly I'll be back.
Right.
And it's ideal to try to finish it that day or whatever the case is. But back at home, it's super nonchalant. Like, it's one of those where like I'll do a full sleeve, and we'll do like maybe like 2 hours here, 5 hours there. Yeah. Sometimes we'll hit 10 hours. I mean, stuff like that. But yeah, if we only hit 2 hours, fuck it. You know, I'll see you next month. You know, I mean, it's like most of my bookings usually, like if somebody books like a full sleeve, let's say, because I'm booked that far out, I'll book like 1 session per month. You know what I mean? And like if I think it's gonna take 10 sessions to finish, we'll literally book an entire year's worth of appointments. Wow. So it's only that first one we gotta wait for. So like, basically, it's one of those things where like if you tap out, fuck it, I'll see you next month. And there's times where I get sick, they get sick. It is what it is.
Yeah, I guess life happens.
Life happens. Yeah.
It's funny when you just said that about booking a whole year of sessions. When you were saying before that you were booked a year out, I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, I mean, not anything bad about you or that's your fault. I was like thinking like, boy, it really sucks when artists are booked so far, because it's just, you know, if you want to get something by them,
it's a hard pill to swallow.
It sucks. But on the other hand, I could really see a lot of appeal to saying, hey, we're gonna make 10 months worth of appointments, a year's worth of appointments for you. Like, that's great.
Well, yeah, because like for example, I have clients that they know that they want to get a lot of work done.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't really wait, because like the first time that we scheduled an appointment, because they knew that they want to get a lot, like, you know, 2 sleeves, you know, a full back, whatever the case is. I had one buddy that we literally booked 5 years, like consecutive, like once a month for 5 years. So I literally looked at my calendar. I was like, okay, cool. Archie, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. It's 40 appointments. Wow. And I was like, dude, I'll see you at the last Thursday of every month.
I could honestly see a lot of appeal to that, to being able to set up.
Yeah, it works. It works. What's really weird is I'll have clients where like we have set up like that, like so many years, like, you know, tattooing. and it's so weird when it stops or like when it ends. Because, you know what I mean, at some point, you're done. Like, you've gotten everything you wanted to get done for the time being. There was this couple that tattooed. They were awesome. They were my last Sunday appointment of the month. And I knew, I think out of the 3 or so years of tattooing them, that we've only had to cancel maybe like 2 or 3 times. Because, like, whatever happened with me or with them, something like that. But they were, like, consecutive every single month. I knew that when their appointment came, was like I did, like, 2 sleeves on him, fixed up his whole chest, and a sleeve on his wife. So it's like, I knew that when their appointment came up, that was it. The month's over. I know that right after them, I gotta go pay rent. I gotta go pay this bill, that bill, this bill. So they were my that point in my calendar where I knew the month was over. Now, how weird was it when, like, we finally finished both sleeves, we finished fixing up the chest, we finished her sleeve, and they were done, and it stopped. It took me almost 6 months to get back into the rhythm of things because I was so used to them being my, okay, the first is up, you got to pay rent, you got to do this, you got to go, like, literally Monday, you have early in the morning, go do this. It was so weird, and my bills got actually backed up because I would forget.
Because you were basing it on them. Wow.
Yeah, I would base it completely on them. Like, I didn't even look at the calendar at that point. To me, the end of the month was them. It was weird. It took a long time to get used to that.
I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say from my side of it, it's weird for me too. I've had multiple, sessions for long periods of time with guys, and you feel like you're building some kind of relationship, even if it's just a working relationship, whatever.
Right.
But I mean, and then it's just, you guys, when you're working, obviously you're talking and this and that, and then all of a sudden you don't see them anymore, or the month after, the month after.
No, there are some clients too that I completely fall in love with, and I'm like, dude, please come by. Like, just swing by, like, one day, just say hi. Like, I'm gonna miss you. I can never see you anywhere else because I'm always stuck here. But at least pass by and say hi one day. I have this one client, Thomas. I love him. He is a sweetheart. Like, this kid has a heart of gold. Every time I talk to him, it is an absolute pleasure whenever I tattoo him. And basically both of his sleeves are done. Same deal. We're technically finished, and I'm not necessarily cheap. So it's like, it's one of those where it's like, I can't see you all the time. It's kind of like falling in love with your therapist. It's gonna get expensive. So, obviously we stopped the whole thing, and he's a bit far. He's like about an hour away from the shop. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, whenever you're nearby, just drop in. Yeah. Like, don't call, done nothing. Just come in.
So strange, like, to kind of build that relationship. And then
it's which, like I said, I understand, because, I mean, like we said right now, it is expensive to kind of continue on and stuff like that. But it is cool though at the same time. I mean, it's really, I think partly that's my favorite part of the industry is like, because you meet artists and stuff like that, but a lot of artists have like that rock star mentality, and it's kind of fucking annoying. So it's like, I don't want to just talk about, you and this and that. Like, do you play PUBG? Do you play Halo? Do you do anything else other than fill up your own head? So it's like one of those type of things, and it's just really cool, like, the clients that you meet that you can actually end up finding connections with, which is really, really cool. I think by far that's my favorite part, like, for sure. And you get to stab people for a living, so that's pretty cool too.
Do you think, between social media and all the TV shows and this and that, I mean, you think there's a lot of tattooers that think of themselves as rock stars?
Yeah. And it's funny because I don't even think it's a TV show. I think it's for sure the Instagram, which is wild because all it is a fucking app on your phone. I mean, we're basically an imaginary number because that number don't mean squat.
When you see a tattooer's work on Instagram, it's not just their work. I mean, you're seeing their work, but their photography skill.
Right.
So, I mean, you might see someone that's an awesome tattooer that's a shitty photographer, and it just doesn't look that good, and stuff like, and obviously we know that.
No, dude, I've seen
people
so many
that
of
use
that.
tons of filters and Photoshop and stuff, and you see pieces, you're like, oh my god, this is unworldly. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Like, white's not that white, black is not that black.
Right.
Yeah. It gets tricky because it's like, and I've seen a lot of artists like that where, like, I met a lot of artists. So I'm like, dude, it's okay to, like, buy a good camera. It's okay to do this. It's okay to do that. You just don't go overboard. Don't make it fake. Don't make it not real. Don't make it what it's not. type of thing. And it's sad because you do find a lot of artists that they're so stuck and they're so like hard headed that they refuse to do any sort of like personal favor in the sense of like really showing their work, because they feel like they'll be like kind of like stepping backwards as far as like their integrity is concerned. And I feel like they're kind of also then making a mistake, because it's like at the end of the day, you should show your work as well as you can while still staying in the parameters of it being the real tattoo. There are some guys obviously you see online that like, you can tell that shit's fucking Photoshop. You can tell that shit's fucking fake as hell. The whites are way too white, the blacks are way too black. Like that shit's not real. Like straight up. The crazy part is though, just the fact that like just how social media gets in everybody's heads. I'll give you and not just the tattoo artist, but also the client. That's where it's really scary, because if the tattoo artist gets his head filled up, it's kind of like fuck it, like it's his own personal ego. But when you see it on the client side, that's where it's really sad. Because I'll give you a perfect example of that. Yeah. I remember one time at the shop, dude. I was my other artist I had there was working on these clients, and I was just kind of like eating shit, like getting ready to go smoke a cigarette, the whole thing. And I overheard the two guys talking to one another, like the two friends that are gonna get tattooed. And all I heard was, "Yeah, no, that artist is dope, but look at this artist. He has 80,000 followers." Not, look how awesome his work is. No, look at this number he has on this social media app. You know what I mean? And somehow that gives him better value than this other guy. Now, the funny part is that I know the two artists they were looking at, the one with the lesser amount was the better one. But because that one had a higher number, they were like, ooh, it's sad. When you see it get to that level, it is depressing. It kind of like, it hits you right in the heart. And you're like, oh, this industry's going to shit.
I think Instagram is so pervasive in tattooing.
Dude, it's bad.
Your Instagram,
it's a double-edged sword.
Is not a really reflection of how good a tattooer you are,
right,
or how good an artist you are in general, or whatever. It's
right. No, it's insane, and it's crazy because then you see it from every direction. Because you see it from and then you see like the share pages. So the share pages talk as though like they're the most important thing ever. Which, don't get me wrong, they play their part.
What do you mean share pages?
Like those share pages, like the ones that like repost other people's work. That have,
yep.
That have like 1 million followers or like cases. You'll talk to them and they sound as though the only reason why you're here is because of me. Technically speaking, it's the other way around, because the artist is the one that did the work that you're reposting that you got famous off of. So it's like this weird. It's like watching a bunch of lions and hyenas and wild dogs in the Serengeti fighting for the gazelle, but the role is backwards.
Yeah.
Like the wild dogs own the shit, and the lions are like fucking like begging for scraps, and the hyenas are kind of like in between, and the gazelle thinks it's the predator. It's fucking weird. Yeah. It's an ass backwards world is what we live in, especially with social media. It's the worst. And the funny part is when social media does take a shit, because it does every now and again, everybody loses their fucking minds.
How do you mean? Like,
everybody loses their minds. Like whenever like Instagram goes down.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like remember that one that happened a little while ago? Everybody was freaking the fuck out. I was getting text messages from my fucking tattoo artist, but he's like, dude, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, dude, but it's crazy how it gets in their heads though, because like you'll have artists that'll be like, fuck, nobody likes my tattoo. And then be like, oh, but Instagram is down and this and that. And it's like, dude, who cares? Like, who gives a shit? You just fucking post it. Who cares? Like, your insights were bad. Whoop-de fucking do. Like, I'm pretty sure the 3 or 4 clients that are willing to fucking fly down and pay you however much you charge, that want to get tattooed by you, are going to be looking at that and saying, damn, that's awesome. But everybody gets so fixated on the overall number. And it's like, dude, Absolutely. That shit doesn't fucking matter. That shit don't mean shit. The only time it ever means something is if you're selling merchandise. Because that's where that shit comes in. Because if you're selling like little shirts and hats and shit like that, yeah, having a high number does help.
Of course.
Because you get more buyers.
I hate to admit this on tape, but I'll do it anyway. One of the qualifications of when I first started planning on doing this podcast and planning who was I gonna reach out to try to interview, and I figured, the first main qualification is this has to be someone I think is a good tattooer. I'm not going to have someone that I think is shitty on.
Oh, yeah,
if they have 1 billion Instagram followers. But, the second qualification is they have to have a decent amount of Instagram followers. And not because I think that in any way represents how good an artist they are. But
Right.
I want to interview people that people want to hear about. Like,
right. Because at the end of the day, one hand does wash the other.
Yeah.
So it's like that's where it's a catch-22. That's where that's why I hate it, because it's like it's that necessary evil. I mean, you have to have it. You cannot not go without it. It's insanity. So it's like for sponsorships, for example. It's like, so the one thing sponsorships look for is your social media presence, so to speak. Because obviously at the end of the day, there's no point of giving you free shit if you're not going to be talking about it. It makes sense. So it's kind of essentially the same thing. It's like, it's almost, when it's done respectfully, it's one hand washes the other.
Sure.
It's one of those type of things. But when people start to like get their ego blown up and like that type of thing, that's where that shit just spirals out of control.
I can see how it would be easy as your numbers go up on Instagram to think like to have it blow your ego up too.
Right.
But I mean, without naming names, I've seen plenty of tattooers on Instagram that have big numbers of followers, like, hundreds of thousands and millions, that are either not good tattooers or they barely even post pictures of tattoos. It's all they're posting pictures about is themselves. Right. And I'm like, who's looking at
or a half naked chick with barely a tattoo.
Or half naked themselves.
Right.
And if you're going to follow a male or a female because you think they're a hot person, as like, as you're following a sexy person, sure. But I mean, don't follow them as a tattooer if they're posting out of every 100 pictures, just 2 tattoo pictures, and they're not even good pictures. Like,
right.
But there's a lot of them on Instagram. So
it's because I think what it is, everybody's trying to beat out the algorithm now. I mean, because now it's that whole algorithmic thing where it's like basically where essentially it's turned into a popularity contest.
Absolutely.
It's just like being in high school again. Basically. And I miss the days where it was just chronological. You know what I mean? You knew when your clients were on, just like based off the times when they get off of work. And you know that, okay, this was a good time to post, so to speak. Yeah. And that's it. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about it again. But now it's like you have to make sure you're doing calls to action so that people comment, so that the algorithm. So this is where the algorithm gets wild. So if you want like high engage, like, because basically what Instagram views as a good post to kind of push up to the top of the newsfeed, it's high engagement. So basically, if you write something in your caption that's kind of like a call to action, that makes everybody kind of like comment on there, being like, "Ooh, me," and then they kind of like jump on, and then that starts to slowly boost up your post. So like for example, like whenever I'm selling, like trying to sell a print or something like that, I'll make sure to toss in there like a call to action or something like that, where somebody would want to start a conversation. And then I'll make sure to kind of just go back and forth. Not only because of the algorithm, but because I do like to go back and forth with everybody. I do like kind of like chit-chatting.
So kind of like if you're posting your vacation pictures, instead of just saying, hey, this is a picture of me at the Wildwood Boardwalk, you say, hey, this is me at the Wildwood Boardwalk. Where'd you go on vacation?
Right,
like
exactly. So basically anything that will cause a reaction. So like you have to kind of like think about that in that sense. So when it comes to like,
that makes so much sense now that you say it,
because you see it now.
I can't tell you how many people
girls will be like, oh, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about this dress, or what do you think about this?
Right. Yeah.
And it causes folks to be like, ooh, I like it, I don't like it, this and that. But whether it's positive or negative, it's still positive.
But it's just
towards
some kind of
the engagement.
Because Instagram just sees a lot of people there commenting.
I'll give you a perfect example. Whenever I'm about to post like the actual product shots of a print, and I'll post like the artwork, I'll write in the caption, like right above, like right in the very top, saying, if you want this print and you want me to notify you, write in the comments saying, I want this print. The reason why I put, I want this print, is because those 4 words, if it's more than 4 words, Instagram considers it a rich comment. And then it's almost like a comment that has more value than just a laugh out loud or an emoji. So because it has more than 4 words, it's going to be like, oh, okay, this is a post that people might like. Let's go show it to the rest of their followers. Wow. It's insanity. It's like I've tried watching and learning a lot of it just to try to like figure the whole thing out. Because at the end of the day, it is our business. I mean, this is how we make our money, so to speak. Because it is indirectly part of it all. But dude, it's literally turned into a fucking part-time job. You know what I mean? To try to figure out like those nuances and stuff like that. It's insanity.
Yes, I didn't know any of this stuff. Now I'm gonna have to figure this all out too.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. And it's nuts how things work.
Thing to learn.
like even with like my tattoo posts, like there'll be sometimes where like I'll do a tattoo and it's like I feel like it's super technical, like because there's times like I'll tattoo for clients and there's times where I tattoo for other tattoo artists to look at, like where it's like the technicality of it, kind of like ooh, like I did this is how I did it, da, 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 like that type of thing.
Right.
And whenever I post those, I'm like super proud of it, super happy with it, and it doesn't do anything in the engagement. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I'll post something that I like it, but I'm kind of like not like it's kind of like whatever. Like it's kind of like one of those like my whatever one that totally fucking blew my mind.
Right.
Was the animal tattoo from the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember.
I was never a big Muppets guy. Like during the time where everybody was watching Muppets, I was watching Discovery Channel, watching lions rip apart gazelles. So it's like I didn't care for the fluff shit. You know, I wanted to see more hardcore crap. But I did because it was a lot of fun. You know, it was fun to do all the textures and the colors and the whole thing. Right. And I was overall happy with it. And I was like, fuck it, we'll post it. And dude, it exploded. And I was like, what? There's this many fucking people that are into the Muppets? It blew my mind. It was insane. It was really, really fun to do. Yeah. That shit was a blast.
I see a lot of tattooers post that, oh, this was really fun to do. But I mean, can one really be more fun? I mean, is it just that you enjoy it more because you enjoy the subject or the way it turned out or something?
There could be a lot of things. There could be a lot of things that are more enjoyable than, let's say, on a different client or something like that. Sometimes the content. You know, sometimes like, let's say like you're really into demons and monsters and this and that. And then you tattoo like a butterfly, and then you go from the demons and monsters, the ones you really love, and you're like, yeah, this was awesome. This was like so much fun to do. I had a blast creating it, the whole thing. That could be one, which would be the content. The other one would be ease of tattooing. Because sometimes some clients, like if they got a lot of sun over the years, you know, stuff like that, their skin is kind of like leather, and it is a nightmare to work on.
Oh, okay. So the ease of tattooing,
right?
Not the ease of
like the design or the piece,
the tattoo itself,
right.
But the ease of work of the skin you're working on.
For the most part, like when you're creating something, you mean if let's say like a pencil to paper, it's really the design that's the hard part. You know, the going to pencil to paper, it's always the same paper, it's always the same pencil. So that part never changes. It's always whatever the design is. With tattooing, it's every part that changes. And literally from point A to point Z, it's insane. It could be from a slight little problem in your RCA cable that's causing inconsistency voltage to your machine, and then causes problems to the needle, to the skin, to then let's say for you even to the point where your outlet is fucked up, and it's not producing a continuous flow that's also then trickling down to everything else. And then sometimes it's all the way at the client's end of it, where the client has had so much sun on their arm or body part, whatever it is, that their skin is leather, and it just makes everything else slower. So there are some clients where like their skin is like butter, and it's like the same ease you would have with pencil to paper. It's the same thing with needle to skin, and it's like just going to town. You know what I mean? Just having a blast. We do a crazy amount of coverage. You know, the whole entire spiel. Same thing goes with smokers versus non-smokers. I mean, smokers, their skin really isn't that healthy, so it's like it is harder to tattoo.
Like anywhere on them, or just
anywhere? Yeah,
really.
Dude, literally, everything is a variable, and every variable changes the overall outcome at the end. Yeah. It could be minor or it could be super drastic. Yeah, and it's insane, dude. Like because I fuck around a lot, like trying to like learn new things and things like that, and really fuck with things. I've learned the hard way a lot of stuff, and I've learned that there's a lot of things that can really change everything. You know what I mean? There's times where clients don't even know they're allergic to latex. Or they know and then decide to tell you halfway through. You know, so it's like that happens, which is fine. You know, it's just it's gonna be really red the whole time. But there's sometimes where clients don't even know. And then like you have to kind of like figure these like small little things out as you're going. Like it's like all these neurons are constantly firing.
Do you keep like a set of vinyl gloves in the shop just in case?
Yeah, I always have a box of chloropen. I think that's how I pronounce it. Gloves. It's like another type of latex.
Something that's not
another type of rubber. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you always gotta have your backups for your backups. No, it's insanity, man. No, and there's times I sit there and fucking like Google and like what else is there?
Got to be like the Matrix, where they can just plug you.
Oh,
in
dude, I wish.
Pumping it in.
Dude, every time I learn something new on YouTube, that's exactly what it feels like. I feel like I'm there watching something like about ZBrush on YouTube, and like after a minute, I'm like, I look at my wife, I'm like, I know kung fu.
I know.
Dude, I wish it was like that. Oh my god, how awesome would that shit be?
Right?
Oh, dude.
No matter what the skin, whether you're leathery or you have good skin. I mean, obviously different body parts, right? I have different.
Yeah. Yeah,
consistencies or textures or whatever. Also,
yeah, like if the area has a lot of stretch marks, stretch marks have a tendency of getting swollen really fast.
Oh.
So you have to kind of not rush, but kind of like know that you're on a timer, type of thing. If you can't finish, it's fine. Just don't continue because the skin there is a lot thinner. You can definitely kind of eat it up really fast. Yeah, like the inner bicep gets pretty puffy sometimes. Love handles get pretty puffy. Ribs are a bit of a pain in the ass because it's like there's no way to really stretch it completely when you're laying down. Like if you're like this, like on a chair, yeah, but who the fuck's gonna hold this position? So it's like if you lay down like flat, you still have that bend. So it's like that's kind of a headache.
Is there a textural issue also with the ribs where you're going like, if you're pulling a long line down the ribs, you go like hard, soft, hard, soft, hard.
Yeah, it depends. Like if the person's really bony, like let's say like really skinny and but like their bones really protrude. Yeah, it's a lot of that. It's a lot like soft, hard, hard, like literally going over each fucking rib. So if you're doing one big ass straight line, that's just gonna suck. And then you have some folks that are a little bit chubbier like us, where a little easier. It's one single pass.
That's not me. I'm a lot chubbier. So there's no little about this. Well, you already said your future plans. You're gonna swing into a private shop.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love that building process. Like when you're like building a new place. Like don't get me wrong, I hate it during.
Yeah.
But it's like as it's starting to take shape, it's like this is looking good.
Hate it while it's happening, but it's nice when it's
when
it's done. Oh
no, dude, it's the best feeling when everything's all brand spanking new. Oh, it's the fucking best. No, and hopefully what I'm planning on doing is getting a lot more into like the 3D stuff. Because I started kind of messing around with this one company called Tattoo Smart, creating like kind of like references for tattoo artists to use. And it's really nice to be able to kind of like basically sit back a little more and just kind of like have something that kind of sells itself. I don't have to pack it, put it in a box and ship it. It's one of the digital products, so it just sells on its own. And I want to start getting more into that. And there's a certain type of thing called photogrammetry.
Photo what?
Photogrammetry.
Grammetry. Okay.
Yeah, it's a fucking tongue twister. It's where you take pictures of an object, like all the way around, like different angles and stuff like that. And a computer program actually grabs all those pictures and creates a 3D model out of those photos. So what I want to do is basically start hitting up like thrift stores and knick-knack places and stuff like that and buy like just antique shit and then literally just scan it all. You know what I mean? And put it up on all these websites for like $5, if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, fuck it. No big deal. So at least it's something, like that where try to make like that residual income. So I can be even more pickier.
Yeah. And that would be with the idea of using it as references for tattooers.
Right, exactly too. Yeah. So basically kind of like for pretty much almost anything really. You can use it.
Cool. So you have like a 3D reference. That's pretty wild.
Right. Like the idea is to have the library. Like that's kind of like, because once you have a library of objects and things like that, dude, the process of creating stuff is like this. It's like seconds. You know what I mean? It's insane. Like I've been playing around with it now for like 2.5 years now. And I have a 4 terabyte hard drive and it's almost full. Like, so I've downloaded a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So I have a big fucking library. So it's like now it's to the point where like I don't have to buy any more models. I pretty much already have something ready to go that all I have to do is just kind of change out its armor or change out its parts and then have something brand new.
Yeah, I mean in tattooing there must be certain things that come up.
Oh yeah,
lot, right?
yeah. Like roses, let's say. Like roses are super universal. Skulls are universal.
Lions, tigers, angels, skulls. I mean,
exactly. Those are very
basics,
universal pieces. So it's like you can grab them and change them to anything. So like the same skull that I use for that pack that I sell like to other artists and stuff. That same skull, dude, I've used in so many different pieces. Like sometimes as like a minor thing, and sometimes as the main piece. And it's literally the same one. It's the same exact thing. I'm just taking different lighting. You know what I mean? Like, cause I use another program to kind of create the different lights. So it's like you end up creating like this real space, which is kind of neat. So it's fun. It's fun. There are some times where it's like it almost becomes more fun to design it than it is to actually tattoo it in a sense. Because it's like you're in this space where it's just you. It's like you and me in the sense of like me and the computer, and it's like it's just the two of us.
Well, because that's
and I'm gonna break you in half, and we're gonna make this happen.
I guess in that sense, the creation is mostly happening.
Right there
before the tattoo. So
exactly.
Doing a tattoo is almost like a letdown at the end.
Well, it's like the final. Because
Yeah.
like to me, even if I really go out all out with the render and like the whole thing, I really get like a final like sketch or reference. To me, it's not a finished piece of art until it goes on skin. You know what I mean? Prior to that, it's just a picture. You know, it's just a picture that I made on the computer and this and that. But when it's on skin, that's when it becomes more real. You know, like somebody gets to keep that. Pretty cool. That's why I usually don't design unless it's for a tattoo.
I mean, do you think that computers are the future of tattooing in some way?
I'd hope, because it's like it only makes sense.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
despite maybe the issues with Instagram and this and that, but I mean,
right.
as far as getting references and
right, like
making,
for like your own
building
work,
models with
right?
3D printers
So
and that kind of.
if we let's say like we reverse like 10 years. 10 years ago, no one knew how to use Photoshop. Nobody wanted to know how to use Photoshop. Everybody used to use light boxes and then just print one picture from Google, print another one from there, and then just literally on the light box just kind of like collage it the same exact way you do in Photoshop. Fast forward then 10 years, and pretty much every single tattoo artist has an iPad Pro with the fucking Procreate program. And they're either using that or Photoshop or Corel Painter or all these other programs that people are now using. So it's like, it's one of those other things where I feel like tattoo artists are always late to the party in the sense of technology is concerned. So it's like, you'll have, like, for example, people were like comic book artists, you know, illustrators and stuff like that were already using Photoshop for their work 10 years ago. And then tattoo artists decided to at least like the last ones to the party, kind of like, you know, at the very end, 10 years later, now is starting to get into it. So I think 3D designing, because I've been seeing it a lot more now in like the comic book world, the illustration world, painting world, that whole thing. I've been seeing 3D modeling being used a lot. So I think it's one of those type of things where it's only natural for then tattoo artists to start making that fold over. It's just the problem is that most tattoo artists are very lazy in the sense where it has to be almost spoon-fed. Like you have Procreate, for example. I have artists that know the Procreate like the back of their hand, but refuse to know anything about Photoshop. And Photoshop, you can do so much more. It's like a whole, just like the fucking Aladdin song. It's a whole new world.
Really?
You know?
More than Procreate?
Way more. You have way more control.
Because Procreate seems to be the program that everyone uses.
It's what's hot right now because it's easy. It has very little buttons and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying by most of the time tattoo artists are lazy because everything kind of almost has to be spoon-fed. Now, the problem is that a lot of 3D programs, I mean, sure, you can create a lot of really cool references. They're very hard. They're not easy programs. I mean, like the ZBrush, for example, is not easy. Like literally in Photoshop, you have your toolbar on your left, your menu on your right, and that's it. Those buttons don't have other buttons. I mean, whatever button that is, that's what that button does, nothing else. And your little menu on top. In ZBrush, every button has a sub-menu in that, and some of those sub-menus have even more sub-menus.
Yeah.
It is daunting. Like I remember, like there's a reason why my ZBrush was in my computer for 2 years without touching it. I mean, I literally opened it. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it closed it right away. So it's scary. It's super duper scary. But I think it's one of those type of things where like as tattoo artists start to get annoyed, like how I got annoyed, it will start to change. And artists will start realizing like, okay, like this is an easier way to do shit. You know, you don't have, especially when they start realizing how fast it is. Because once you get the hang of it, it's quick. It's before getting the hang of it, that's a slow process.
The learning curve.
It's the learning curve. And it's a big learning curve. Because it's like, think about it, you're not, and there's no incentive. The only incentive is that your work might get better. You know what I mean, type of thing. And that's a might. That's not even like a for sure thing. So it's like, and there's no incentive at all as far as getting paid. Because it's not really like you can charge more per se, because in technically speaking, you just find the same reference online. I mean, the client will probably tell you the same thing. So the incentive really is only personal improvement. That's it. And if there's not a dollar bill attached to that, folks don't. Yeah, unless you get like in my case where I just got really fucking pissed. And I was like, I need it. Like I need it at this point.
I see that too in my field in construction and electric where guys want to do stuff the same way they've been doing it for
you can't
for 50 years. I'm like, hey, it's not the same.
Yeah,
you know, it's not the same as it was 50 years ago. Not the same as it was 10 years ago.
My girl's mom was is in real estate, and she's one of those old school real estate agents where like everything's by paper, everything's like you know the old fashioned way, and it's like, dude, it's not that anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You get left behind when that happens.
Exactly, and that's what you got to try to avoid. That's the real kicker, is trying to avoid being left in dust. Yeah,
trials and tribulations. Tattooing.
No, it's crazy too, because you'd imagine it'd be like one of those kind of jobs where like, you know, like once you get to a certain level, that's it. Like you're good. Just rinse and repeat, you know, at that point. But you can't. You have to be constantly in a state of learning. You have to be constantly in a state of improvement. Because if you're not, you're going backwards. And then if the moment you start going backwards, somebody else is right next to you going right forward.
That's so interesting, I think, to me, because I think a lot of people don't think of the other stuff you guys have to do besides the art itself. Besides, he's going to draw a picture and going to tattoo it on me, and that's it. But obviously, there's
a lot more that goes into it, man.
Much more to it than...
No, a lot of my artist buddies think I'm crazy. Like, they literally ask me, it's like, dude, why? Like, why do you do it? And I'm like, because I want to. Yeah. Like, to be honest, I have fun doing it. I mean, like, it is super entertaining to be there. And even though, sure, I'm going to tattoo it in a 2D space, it is really cool to, like, grab this object and start carving it and, like, making shit out of it. And then, like, realizing that this shadow happens here because of how this is shaped. So it's kind of neat to know those things. But really, it's just all personal. Completely personal. Like, that, I've had clients where they're like, I want this. And I'm like, can I make it mine? Like, can I change it? And like, even though it's dope, it's a fantastic reference, but I want to remake it. Yeah. And I've had clients where they're like, dude, go for it. And it ends up being a blast. You know, I end up having a lot of fun in the process. And the cool part is that once you do that, like I was saying about the whole library thing, you now have something else. So it's like you can kind of reuse in a sense. Yeah. It's neat, man.
Well, I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts? Any shout outs? Any just that the other thing?
No, I think we're good.
Being booked out a year, what's the best way to get an appointment with you? Just be real patient.
Right. No, actually, easiest way is to be honest, man. DMing works. It's there. There's no reason not to. To be honest, I don't know why some artists like don't DM me. I'm like, don't get me wrong. There's sometimes like I forget, and actually, I think I know why. This happened to me actually recently, where I had some DMs in my thing. I just haven't had a chance to really sit down and like really read through and have a response, and it actually got deleted. So like if you don't respond right away and you don't accept the DM, like let's say like within 20 days, Instagram will delete your DM.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that shit either. Like I literally started seeing the number of DMs in my request box go down. I was like, wait, I know I didn't check those. And I looked through, I'm like, oh my God, it's deleted. I have no idea who the fuck they were. They're lost forever. You know? So I guess the other easiest way would probably be like through the website, because the website have like a whole form on there that explains like the pricing, how the wait time works, all that jazz. It's all there. It's super easy. I don't have an assistant. It's all me. So it's like I'd rather keep it personal that way. You know what I mean, so to speak. And I might get a little lazy sometimes when it comes to responding, but I will eventually respond.
So wants to get you at a convention or something, how far ahead do you usually book them?
I usually, the moment I start announcing, that's usually kind of like when I try to start booking. Because I like to draw it up all in advance, I like to make sure we have that time. Okay. I've had a lot of really, really cool folks come up at shows with really cool ideas. And even on days where I was available, and I just couldn't do it. Because in my head, I was like, dude, I can't draw that up right now. Yeah. Like, it's just impossible. Like, when it's a walk up like that, it's like, I hope you have a portrait. Yeah. Because if it's not a portrait, it's probably not going to happen. Yeah. Because I'm going to want to draw it out.
That's Javier Antunez.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Yeah, for the most part.
So to speak. Thank you, man, for doing this. I'm super excited to get you. I'm a big fan. And so that's it. So if you want to get work by Javier, be patient and DM him, and
or visit the website.
Yeah,
it's HobbyTattooedTheory.com. But it's really easy. Same as the Instagram minus the underscore.
All right, thanks a lot, man, and thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to like us and follow Under Our Skin on whatever podcasting platform, or on YouTube, or on everything, and everything is linkable from the main website, which is underourskinpodcast.com. Just links to everything from there. So that's it. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Javier. Take care.